Micah, what's the mood of the defense at this point?
Get back to work. I mean, we say every week, you can't think about last week because then it's going to affect you this week. We got West Virginia this week, and that's it.
What do y'all take from first half performance where you actually had a good performance against their run? Is that something you build on, or do you hang on to the second half where you didn't perform well?
I mean, you always have things to build on after watching tape. You know, I think we did get better at some things last game, and I think, you know, we got to improve on things just like every week. You know, the dice didn't roll our way, but doesn't mean that it can't roll our way this week against West Virginia.
Did you feel there was a change in momentum or something different when Deshaun was ejected from that game after that?
I mean, Jay Sean, I don't think that was a very good call, but it doesn't matter what I think. But no, I mean, next guy up, because, you know, once he went down, we can't just make that excuse and say, oh, Jay Sean wasn't in there, so we lost. No, had nothing to do with that. We just got to continue to be consistent.
How much do coaches harp on trying to avoid those penalties when talking how to tackle this day and age? Is that something that is a weekly or daily conversation?
Not really, because you look at that film, Jay Sean had a pretty form tackle. The guy was just the same height as him, and, you know, like I said, that's really not even a big part of the game because that was just unfortunate. But we just got to improve and learn how to move on and not think about those things.
Was it something that emotionally affected the defensive side too much, you think, or how did they handle emotionally that loss of a big guy on your side?
I don't think it was a huge loss. I mean, it was a shock at first, but we still got, you know, number 12 team out there on the field, so you just got to move on.
Obviously, you've got just a few regular season games left in your career. What do you tell your teammates to help send this out on a high note?
I think the main thing is just, you know, we want to talk about X and O's so much and, you know, what the coaches tell us to do. But I'm like, you know, we just got to play with passion. I mean, these last 3 games, we work literally 2/3 of the year to play not even a third of the year. So these last 3 games, you know, we're going to listen to what the coach, we're going to watch our film, but when it gets out there on the field, we just got to play with passion and just because, you know, football is not an easy sport. You're going to get banged up. There's going to be a lot of bad things that happen. So the worst thing you can do is just go out there and just, you know, be stagnant. You got to play with passion and know that, you know, this next play might be my last, and these next 3 games might be my last ever, you know, playing football. So I'm going to try to, you know, bring my passion to the game, and hopefully everyone else will.
What kind of challenges does West Virginia kind of pose to you all because of the bracket and obviously the passing game they have?
I mean, the same challenges every other Big 12 team poses to you. I mean, they're a good offense. That's why they're in the Big 12 and stuff like that. They're tough too. I mean, they're not a bad team. They're a really good team. So we can't go out there and lollygag. We have to actually play defense and continue to build up on what we've been doing.
DeAndre, when the first flying, are you seeing different things from your teammates as far as the response to adversity than maybe a year ago?
Yeah, the team's night and day. Just the whole overall morale of the team, you know. But it's much different from last year.
DeAndre, is there part of you that looks at this last month and says, you know, you want to leave this in a better place here before your playing days are done?
Definitely. I mean, you know, with it being your last year, you definitely would like to go out on a high note. We definitely got the opportunity to do that in these next 3 games.
When you see a guy like Jakeem making the plays that he does it take a burden off your back knowing that you don't have to try to carry the team?
I mean, he's been making those plays since he's been here. You know, it's not really surprising to me. I've seen him make those type of plays, you know, on a year and day in basis. So I wouldn't say it's taking the burden off me, but it's good to see him making those plays.
Is the chip on his shoulder that he plays with, has that been contagious the last 4 years that you've been here?
What, Jakeem? Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a small guy, so he hears it a lot about what he can do and, you know, what he's not supposed to be able to do. He continues just to, you know, turn heads. And, you know, me being a smaller guy myself is, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's motivating. You know, also exciting to see him go out there and making those plays. And, you know, it definitely trickles down, you know, the rest of our team.
What's tough about playing in Morgantown?
What's tough? I mean, it's just a rowdy environment. You know, they're gonna let you hear it all. You know, they won't hold back. You know, but it's a fun place to be. You know, it's one of the a good away venue, but you know, it's definitely a tough environment.
How do you not come out with the same, what Coach Kingsbury said after the game, look in your eye or lack thereof, that you did with Kansas, an 11 a.m. game? It's technically 12, but 11 our time. How do you keep from your teammates doing that as well?
I think the huge thing is starting fast. I think we did a good job of starting fast this week. You know, just didn't finish how we would like to finish, but definitely got to start fast with it being an early game and definitely being on the road.
I know not everybody was there a couple of years ago, but does it help that you guys have been there and had success and came out victor?
It's definitely something, you know, just to keep in your back pocket, but you know, it's a totally different year, totally different team, so not really.
Yeah, I know you guys have played, the elite teams in the Big 12. You're all done with them now. What's it going to take to get over the hump and win those games in the future?
In the future, you know, Coach Kingsbury, I mean, he has a great plan, but it really is just it's a week in, week out basis. So you can't look so much look at, you know, the whole season. You got to take it just a day at a time and kind of just play the process, and you know, everything else will take care of itself.
What's the mood of the team now? After you led number 12 team in the country at 10 points at halftime and then didn't pull it through in the second half, how's it work feel?
Yeah, it was tough, you know, going to that locker room after the you know, the game was over. But you know, like I said, we have an opportunity this week to, you know, make amends and finish the season off on a high note.